Hello everyone, this is Prajit Margi, role number 17111032. In this video presentation, we are going to present you an app which will help you to keep your family safe, a family tracker app. First, let's see the scope of this video. There will be first abstract section in which we are going to see the motivation behind this idea. Then we'll see the problem definition. And then in the implementation section, we are going to see the scope and some of the key features of this application, architecture of this application, and the hardware requirements. Then in the future scope, we will show you the extra security features which we are planning to add in this application. And finally, in the very end, you will see the little demo of this application. And that's how we can close the section. So let's move on to the abstract. Basically, everyone has their want list, basic wish list, just like your Amazon's or Flipkart's accounts wish list, where you make a list of all the things you want. And I am sure family tracker might not be a top priority for you. But what if I tell you this app is for you if you want to be able to relax? And what if I tell you this app will help you to make your life easier? Yes, because your partner, your children, your parents, and basically any family member are precious things to you. And you can always replace any item such as jewelries if they get lost, if they get stolen. But you can't replace your family members, right? So there will be occasions where you would want to know where is someone, just for the sake of your peace of mind. And that is why we have come up with this idea. That's the main motivation behind this idea, because the family tracker app, this family locator app, will help you to keep your family safe and locate them in emergency occasions. So let's see the problem definition. First of all, we need to know that it is illegal to track any other person without their consent. But when it comes to our children, their security, their safety is always as important as their freedom and privacy, rather a little bit more important. So safety always comes first, right? So this is innovative idea for your children, or if you have senior citizens in your house, or some people who are suffering from Alzheimer's. It is important to locate these people, because there might be some emergency situations where you are traveling in some foreign countries, and the senior citizens from your family are lost and they don't know how to reach you, call you, or send you their location. But in this situation, this help will be very helpful to you, because it will help you to reach them as early as possible. So this is the main thing we are going to see in this application. This is the main motive of this application, to help you to keep your family safe. So now we'll see some of key features of this application and scope of this application. Basically, this application is Android supported, and I can assure you that the scope covers almost 99% to 100% of Android applications. It will help work in any Android cell phone. And another thing is it is available worldwide. You can track your family members anywhere, anytime you want. And for this, we are going to take help from the location services network gives us, and the help of which we can have real-time tracking of your loved ones. All you have to do is to create a room for your family and turn on your location.
Hey everybody, this is Kalpesh, and in this section we'll be understanding the architecture, future scope, as well as the requirements that are required for this app. And in this section after that, we'll be seeing the demonstration of the working app. So over here we have the architecture. So the left hand side, we have the client side Android app, which is installed on your cell phone. Once you install the app and when you open it, you have to enter the required information, which is then stored on the cloud. The data that is required to detect the presence of your family members, the data that is retrieved is from the cloud and is sent to the Google Maps API, from where the Google Maps API processes the data and then it renders a map on the client side, that is on your cell phone. And that is how you can track the locations of your family members or kids or partners that are inside your house. Next, you're looking towards the hardware requirements. So the Android version that is required is Android 9. The minimum RAM that we think we require is 1 GB. The recommended is 2 GB. Anything above that will work just fine. Then we have the processor. Minimum of 1 gigahertz. Recommended is 1.5 for smooth using. Anything above that will work just fine. The location services makes the app really more flexible. So the APIs that have been used in developing FamHub is Google Maps API along with Firebase Cloud Storage for storage of data. Next, the future scope. So the more secure features such as locator ping, geofencing. Geofencing is basically a method using which whenever a device enters your specified area, you get a notification that someone has entered into your premises. Then you have iOS support. Currently, we have built an app that only supports Android. It can further be extended towards Android. Web services SOS feature. SOS can be a feature for emergency.
Hello, my name is Rahul Mistry. My roll number is 1711033. So now let's look at the implementation of this application. So one of the major dependencies of this application is the usage of location services, which will help us in grabbing the real-time coordinates of the user. So firstly, we need to create an instance of this location services so that it can be used. So here in this line, we are creating its instance and storing it in a variable so that it can be used later. Then we are calling a function called getLastLocation, which will help us in grabbing the real-time coordinates. So now in this getLastLocation, firstly we need to check whether the user has enabled location services in his phone or not. So if he has not enabled, then the application will enable it so that the coordinates can be fetched. So if it is enabled, then we simply need to call a function called getLatitude and getLongitude and then store it in a variable so that later it can be pushed to the database. Now, the two other main dependencies of this application is the Firebase and Google Maps. So we are using Firebase to store all of our user data, and we are using Google Maps to plot the locations of the user. So firstly, we need to grab the instance of Firebase, and we also need the reference of Google Maps. So firstly, we need to render the map. So we are calling a function called onMapReady, which will load the map for us, and using the instance, we are grabbing the current user, and we are also checking whether the location is updated or not. Now this is actually a thread which will run forever in background, which will grab the coordinates again repeatedly. So here we are calling the function getLatitude and getLongitude, which will keep on retrieving the coordinates, and so if there is any change detected, it will push it to the database again. So using this line, we are pushing it to the database. Then now since we have all the data, we need to retrieve all of these user data and plot it onto the Google Maps. So we are creating an instance of value event listener, which will grab all the data and will push it to the Google Maps. So in this logic, what we are doing is we are grabbing every user data and then we are simply plotting it on the Google Maps. And if there is any change detected, then the markers will eventually get updated. Now all of our user data is stored onto the Firebase. So this is the Firebase console where you can actually view all the user data, the real-time coordinates, which are updated each time. So now let's look at the demo of our application. So this is the home screen icon. Now this is just a sign up page. So here you can simply create an account. So I'll just create a dummy account. And you can enter a random password. So I signed up into this application. Now before you proceed, it's essential to enable location services in your phone. So I'm enabling location services so that my coordinates would be retrieved. Now here I have two options. Either you can create a room ID or you can enter any existing room ID. So if you create this room ID, you can share it with all your family members so that they can join this room, and then you can view the location of your family members and track them. So I have already created a room ID, so I'm going to join that room ID. So the moment you press join family, the location services, as it was already enabled, it will retrieve your coordinates and plot it onto the Google map. So as I can see that I have two users in this room. One of them is my friend who's right now residing in Dombivli and using this application, and this is me who's residing in Mulund right now. So like this, I can add more family members into this room and track their real-time location, and these markers would also get updated if the user location changes. So now here we conclude our presentation. So firstly, we learned a lot about location services and GPS by building this Android application. So it was a very good opportunity for us. And right now this application has a feature of only real-time tracking, but we are planning to scale this application by adding an SOS feature so that the user can simply press a single button at times of emergencies and his family members would get an immediate push notification on their mobile phone. And one of the major advantages of this application is that it is very much useful during natural calamities, as you can track your loved ones during such national emergencies. So thank you very much, and I hope you like it.